Hello and welcome to Yoga Therapy, made possible by UCLA Health's Integrative Medicine Collaborative. My name is Julie and I'm here to be your guide today as you explore the sensation, the feeling of relaxation, which we are returning to. Important to keep in mind that we're not importing anything, although we might feel like we're moving the body and the breath in different and new ways. We're returning to that sense of relaxation that not only yogic principles, but a lot of the ancient philosophies teach, that our true nature is to be calm and balanced. So we're going to start by coming into a seat, either on the floor, on a mat, or on your chair, remembering that all options are correct and that you can't get it wrong. Wherever you are seated, move the flesh away from the sitting bones. Tailbone gets a really good connection to the earth. So just by coming to a seat, we are reducing stress, especially connecting that tailbone to a surface, also reducing stress. You can sit with your legs crossed if you're on the mat. You can sit on the chair with your legs crossed. You can also extend your legs long, or you can sit in hero pose on your heels with the glutes to your heels. And just notice what you have chosen. And from here, bring your awareness to the center of self, whatever that means for you. Where do you feel most connected to the center of yourself? Somewhere in the body. Turning focus inward and shifting away from all of the distractions that are outward. Yogic principles teach that we can turn inward to get away from it all. And now bring your awareness to the tip of the nose and focus on the unassisted quality of the breath first, before you begin consciously breathing in and out through the nostrils. The breath initiates in the abdominal region. So here's yet another thing. This is the third thing we're practicing that reduces stress. One was coming to a seat. The other was connecting the tailbone. Actually, this is the fourth. The third is turning focus inward. And the fourth here is bringing awareness to your breath and breathing diaphragmatically. Notice you've chosen a rhythm and a pace. And begin to even out the inhale and the exhale, whatever that means for you. You can count or you can notice. Paying particular attention to the U-turn of the gap of the breath. Without holding the breath, that's something that we do when we are stressed. Notice that conscious breathing is the beginning of conscious movement, and begin to notice with every effort, with every inhale, there's effort, and with every exhale, there's ease. With every inhale, lifting tall, and with every exhale, giving into gravity. We're going to follow this breath as we add the gentle stretches. And we begin in the neck and the shoulder because this is where a lot of us tend to hold a lot of stress. Let's bring the left hand to the side of the chair. You can also slide the left hand underneath the thigh or underneath the hip. With your inhale, reach the right arm away. And with your exhale, bring the right hand to the outside of the left side of the head, creating a space between the left ear and the left shoulder as you breathe. Make sure that tailbone is tucked, lifting tall. Take a deep inhale here. And on your exhale, bring your hand to the back of the head and bring your chin toward the right armpit. Still steady and smooth is the breath. On your next inhale, return to center. And exhale, release the left hand and give it a shake up and down, left and right, as if you've touched something hot. And let the left hand rest. We'll go to the opposite side now. You can bring that right hand to the side of the chair. You can slide it underneath. With your inhale, circle sweep, lift the left arm up. And with your exhale, press the palm into the side of the face. Now we're creating space between the right ear and the right shoulder. Make sure you're breathing, tail tucked, lifting tall. Take a deep inhale here. And on your exhale, bring your hand to the back of the head. And now the chin tilts toward the left armpit. And breathe. Take a deep inhale here. And on your exhale, unwind as you return it to the center and give the right hand a shake now, up and down, left and right. Let both hands rest either on the lap side of the chair or down to the ground. With your inhale, lift the shoulders all the way up. And with your exhale, release slowly. With your next inhale, bring the shoulders together, chin comes to chest. And with your exhale, return to neutral. With your next inhale, bring the shoulder blades together back behind you, chin lifts. And with your exhale, back to neutral. Let's rotate the shoulders now, forward and up with the inhale, and with the exhale, back and down. And let's head in the opposite direction now. Inhale back and up, exhale forward and down. And return to the neutral posture. We'll open up the side body now for some lateral flexion. With your inhale, reach the right arm up and reach toward the left. Exhaling as you come to the side. Inhale, tap at the top, and exhale, come to the opposite side. Continue on your own. Moving down the body. Squeezing on one side, lengthening on the other. One more time on each side. Ending with that reach toward the right as you return to the center. Let the hands rest on the knees or the thighs. Inhale through the nostrils. And side out through the mouth. 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more on your own. Now bringing a circular motion round and round the spine. Giving the internal organs a little squeeze here as you come back. Exhale. Inhale as you come forward. Remembering when we attach breath to movement, we are indeed calming that sympathetic nervous system, connecting mind to body. Let's head in the opposite direction. One more in this direction as you return to the neutral posture. If you're seated on the mat, let's bend the knees, still sitting up tall, still tailbone connected to the earth. And if you're sitting on your chair, just stay as you are. We're going to grab onto the right hamstring, clasping the hands behind the leg, lifting that right foot off of the mat or the floor, and let's rotate the right ankle, left and right and left. Keep that chin slightly tucked toward the chest so you get a sense of lengthening. Shoulders are soft here. Decide what you want to do for a twist here. You can stay where you are, or you can cross the right ankle over the left or the right knee over the left. If you're sitting on the mat, try to bend that left knee back behind you and lift the right leg, right knee up. With your inhale, lift the arms up, and with your exhale, here's the twist. Breathing in and out. Maybe going a little deeper after you've held the pose for a while, maybe backing off. Take a deep inhale here. And on your exhale, unwind head, shoulders, and low back. Extending both legs long if you're seated on the mat. And on the chair, you can practice the fold with your knees bent or legs extended. Let's inhale to lengthen the spine and lift up. And with your exhale, follow the breath down as you fold. Hands on the thighs, on the knees, grabbing onto the feet, breathing in and out. Let's start by keeping that neck in alignment with the spine in the torso, the thoracic spine. Holding the pose, not holding the breath. Take a deep inhale here. And on your exhale, now bring the chin to the chest, C shape in the spine. So this is a pose that we practice that reduces stress just by folding the body. Really puffing up into the back of the lung, back of the heart. Tuck the chin to the chest as you slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. We're going to take the twist to the left now. So once again, you have the option of bending that right leg back behind you if you're on the mat, or you can just sit up tall with the left knee bent. With your inhale, reach the arms up. And with your exhale, twist toward the left. Left hand comes back behind you or side of the chair. Right hand can rest below the knee or above the knee. You are controlling the torque in the twist as you breathe. Take a deep inhale here. And on your exhale, unwind head, shoulders, and low back, extending the left leg. And here's our fold again. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Follow the breath down as you fold. After a few breaths, you can stay as you are, or you can bring that C shape to the spine by bringing the chin toward the chest. Breathing. Tuck the chin to the chest as you slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. We'll do a little release for the hip here. So if you're sitting on the mat, bend both knees. If you're on the chair, stay as you are. And we're going to start by just letting that right knee flop out to the side. So the outer edge of that right foot is coming down to the mat as flat and even as you can. And you can stay here, or you can bring your hands back behind you with the fingers pressing away from the body. Or if you're on the chair, you can hold on to the side of the chair, letting this knee rotate out toward the right. Feel free to make adjustments here. If you're sitting on the mat, you can Bring that right foot to the left thigh, shoulders stay soft here, flexing the right foot, and breathe. Here's a big release here for that ball and socket joint that we call hip. Take a deep inhale here. And on your exhale, release and extend that right leg long, seated in the chair or on the mat. We're going to point that right toe. Try to keep that right leg as long as you can. And now grasping onto the back of that thigh, lifting the leg off of the floor. And here we're just going to flex the toes toward the face and point the toes away. Keep the shoulders soft, the hips are parallel facing forward. A few more like this. As you release the right leg down, and let's compare right leg to left leg. So if you're seated in the chair, pull the right leg back and see if you can't tell a difference. It might be very subtle between the right leg and the left leg. They might feel the same. One might feel longer or shorter or tighter or denser. So this is once again connecting mind to body. No other moment, no other task at hand. Let's start on the left side now, same series, bending the knee. Knee rotates away, and the outer edge of that left foot comes down to the floor or to the mat. And once again, you can adjust here. The goal is external rotation so that left knee is rotating away from center. Make sure you are breathing. If you'd like to practice a little bit more, you can bring that left foot to the right thigh. If you're on the mat, bending that right knee, flexing the left foot, and breathe. The hip is the largest weight-bearing muscle. This is a nice practice for releasing the hip. This is a seated pigeon pose. The breath as steady and smooth as you can. Take a deep inhale here. And on your exhale, release, extend the left leg. And we're going to grab on again to the hamstring, clasping the hands. And let's start with that flexing and pointing. Option to keep the leg on the floor. If you're on the chair, just extend the leg long. If you're on the mat, simply flexing and pointing with the leg hovering or the leg on the floor. A few more here. And now drop the left leg. If you're seated in the chair, pull both knees back so you're sitting up tall. If you're sitting on the mat, we're looking for two angles here. We're practicing our Dandasana or staff pose. Bring the hands to the side of the chair. If you're on the chair, if you're on the mat, press the palms into the earth. Tuck the tail and see if you can feel yourself getting longer here, longer in the spine. So from the hip through the low back, through the thoracic spine and the torso, cervical spine, chin tucks back, either grabbing onto the side of the chair or pushing the earth away. And now we'll activate the lower half of body. If you're sitting in the chair, extend the legs, heels come on the ground. So you have angles here. If you're sitting on the mat, press the legs the back of the legs into the mat. Toes are pointing up toward the ceiling. Breathing in and out in this staff pose. Should feel very active. Engaging the muscles with the mind. Take a deep inhale here. And on your exhale, release and notice the immediate absence of ease. Let's once again shake the fingers and the hands up and down, left and right. And let's practice another fold here. Inhale, circle sweep or reach up. Exhale, follow the breath. Hands on the thighs, below the knees, at the ankle, grabbing for the feet. All options are correct. Breathing as smoothly and evenly as you can. And now bringing the chin toward the chest. So you have this arc. And the back. Remembering that the air sacs are densest on the back of the lung. So anytime we fold the body, we're also increasing oxygenation and lung capacity. Tuck the chin to the chest as you slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. We're going to reverse this by coming into a chest and heart opener. So if you're seated in the chair, once again, grab onto the side of the chair. If you're on the mat, you can do the same thing, grab onto the side of the mat. Sitting up as tall as you can. And now flip the palms away. If you're seated on the floor, start to lean back with the palms opening up toward the sky. If you're on the chair, you want to lean back. There's an arch in the low back here. And here you have the option of lifting the chin. Make sure you are breathing. So there's effort here. Take a deep inhale. And on your exhale, return to ease, whatever that means for you. You can sit up tall. If you're lying on the mat, you can come down onto your back. If you're on the chair, you can bend the knees or extend them long, whatever feels correct. Notice how the body will tell you. Still consciously breathing. And we'll do just one more release here for the hip and the low back. We're going to widen the stance. If you're lying on the floor, the hands come to the ground with the palms facing the earth. If you're on the chair, your hands can be on your thigh or side of the chair. And we're just going to start to windshield wipe here. With the inhale, the knees come center. With the exhale, they come to a side. And if you're practicing on the floor, you are rolling out that low lumbar, that low back. A few more times on each side. If you're on the chair, maybe getting some sliding, that's fine. And now return to either the neutral seated posture or extend the legs long. Bring your left hand to the abdominal region between the pubic bone and the belly button, and bring your right hand to your chest. And we use touch here today as we begin to move into meditation, into a single-minded focus. And today we're going to use touch. We're going to use the touch of the hand on the body. Let your conscious breathing go if you haven't already.
Let the tongue drop from the roof of the mouth. No wasted energy here. If you're lying on the mat, let the feet flop out to the side, keeping your focus as best as you can on the sensation of touch. Get a sense of yourself being breathed instead of breathing. And from here, scanning the body, starting with the feet, noticing if there is any residual squeezing, tensing, tightening, grasping, clenching, remembering that stress is a reflex. And now, without consciously manipulating the breath or moving the body, using the power of your mind to release, starting with the soles of the feet, the tips of each toe, the top of the feet and the ankle, restoring a sense of peace and balance and relaxation to the calf muscle, the shin, the sides of the lower leg, in and around and through the knee joint, largest joint in the body, and continuing upward, like mercury rising in a thermometer or ink spreading on a piece of paper, restoring balance to the hamstrings behind the thighs, the quadriceps in front of the thighs, the inner and outer thigh, all the way up to the pelvic floor, releasing any squeezing, giving into gravity. And now the low back and the front of the back, the rib, the spine, and the torso, all of the digestive organs and the spleen, the stomach, the lung, the heart, the kidneys, continuing all the way up to the pectoral muscles in the front of the chest, the upper back, to the shoulder girdle, across the length of the shoulder girdle and down the length of each arm to the tip of each finger. Notice that curvature of the fingers when they are relaxed. Each thumb all the way back up the length of the arm, across the girdle to the back of the neck, the sides of the neck, front of the neck, pit of the throat, releasing the tongue, the jaw, the eyes, the ears, the brow, temple, the forehead, the top of the head, giving your focus and your attention to self, basking and bathing and relishing in the sense of relaxation that you have returned to. For the next minute, instead of grasping and holding on to tension, try to maintain the sense of peace and balance. When it slips away, gently bring it back. Noticing that the mind is under your control. Also noticing that you are not your mind, it is an aspect of you. Yoga is the practice of calming, of transcending the turbulence of the mind. a moment here in gratitude for carving out 30 minutes for self-care in your day. So many other things we could be doing, and yet we come. And let this sense of positivity bathe every single cell in your body. Slowly bringing the hands down by the side of this amazing body that carries you around and allows you to process and move through time and space and experience. And now consciously participating as you inhale, sweep the arms up. Press the palms together, exhale, hands in front of the heart. Once again, feeling that sensation of touch, left to right. Gratitude for it all. Bring the chin toward the chest. Let the head bow to the wisdom of the heart. Teacher in me bows to and respects and honors the teacher in each one of you. Namaste.